滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Gospel, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motive.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan 2021 Series Round 4 here at Okuibuki Motor Park here in the Shiga Prefecture with this beautiful, bright, sunny, a little bit cloudy day. I'll be your host, Kenny Harris. Alongside me is going to be Robbie Nishida, ready to get this day rocking and started.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us again here at Okuibuki. I'm excited because look at the weather. It's not raining, and it's not going to rain today. And I'm going to say rain so many times, I'm not going to even worry about jinxing it because it's not going to rain. If it rains, I'm leaving. But so much exciting practice runs that we just had right now. The speed difference from the rain to dry, it's just not, it's like next level. I'm super excited for it
It's
today.
definitely going to be a challenging and intense day, but on a different perspective because yesterday we dealt with the rain, the dry weather. Now here we are, just dry weather, and it's going to be a smoke show, and I'm excited. I know the fans out there, you've been waiting. It's been raining all season, but here we are with this dry weather. But yeah, so we were talking about earlier, so right now we have Yoichi Mamuri. He's going to be on the other end over there. That's one of our judges. Alongside me is going to be Robbie Nishida, and from afar is going to be Ryan Lontang. We'll try to get him on camera here later on so you guys can say what's up to him. But yeah, and then for the meantime, we have Gary McQueen here. He's going to be filling in to make sure he's getting the right scores, the right votes and everything in.
Yeah, so we also have Marina out there that's going to be our pit reporter. If we have anything, she's going to go ahead and tell us what's going on over there. Marina-chan.
Good morning, guys. I'm Marina Haosho, Formula Drift Japan Round 4 top strategies is about to start. And I'm also going to report about their hot battle. And look at this beautiful weather today. I'm so excited. はい、ということで、ピットレポートの方者マリナです。トップ32も間もなく始まりますが、その熱い模様を今日もリポートさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。Back to you guys.
Thank you, Marina, on that. We hope to see you later on for more pit reports, see some interviews from these drivers out there, and see their perspective on how they think the track is and how they're performing throughout this top 32 to top 16.
Yeah, because there is a big difference, like I said, in the weather from yesterday, which was the qualify, and now today the tandem runs. But let's go ahead and go over the rainy and wet qualify runs that we had yesterday, and we'll go ahead and show you the top 10 drivers that made it through with spectacular driving.
So here you go, qualifying that number 10 right now is going to be number 444, Takatoshi Imamaida in his S14. Did an amazing job. Had a few struggles, but he did an amazing job overall.
And right here, this guy is ranking second right now. He is no new name in the drifting scene, Suenaga, Naoto Suenaga. He also qualified at 9th with the 88.
Next up right here is at number 8 is going to be number 61, Kazuki Hayashi. Beautiful job yesterday. Definitely rode that wall, made it very exciting for the viewers.
And here you go, the Cusco 890, driven by Yusuke Saba. It looks like he's getting his stuff together because it's been a long road, but he has total control over the car now.
Yes, and coming up on qualifying 6 is number 90, Shinji Minowa with the Heyman TM Lambo JZX90 right here. Look at that beautiful job. Definitely, he's thirsty for a podium for sure.
And right there, the loud and mean, exciting car driven by Tetsuya Higino. This is the LB Walk, Liberty Walk S15 Tilby with the 4-rotor twin turbo. Look at that, long rear end. He scuffed it on the wall. Dips the tire out, but very exciting driving, a lot of angle.
Coming up qualifying 4th is number 5, Tomoki Tanaka right here in his JZX 100 Chaser. He did an overall beautiful job riding that third outer zone all day long.
All day long?
All day long.
All day long.
From practice all the way through.
And here's the points leader, Koichi Yamasa, who's going to stop this man. He qualified 3rd yesterday, even in the wet. This guy has like just precision driving the whole time, dry, wet, or whatever. I am excited to see what he has up his sleeve for today now after the tandem starts and it's 100% drive.
Here we are right here, an online live and fan favorite all around the world is going to be 55555. Yukio Fausto killed it both runs, but just barely missed that first place slot. Got a 94 for his run.
Second place is good.
Hey, he's been killing it in practice, so that right there is going to be a smoke show for him today.
And right here, this is Jin Harino. He got first by qualifying at 95. He barely...
Continue on, he barely grazed right past him. He did a phenomenal job.
Yukio Fausto got a 94. We're going to go ahead and show you this one more time again. But the first place, Jin Harino actually didn't qualify last round. And he came back in qualifying first. He came from a basic with 0 on the spot, and now he came all the way up, and now he's qualifying first, even in the wet here. So.
And it's crazy because, yeah, he made that, his 95 was on his second run, and that was like, was it 1, 2, 5 runs after Yukio Fausto. So Yukio Fausto solidified 94, he thought he was good, but then he came in and kind of got that steal at the end. But the thing is, like you said, like we were talking to him afterwards, he says he studied the course, he looked back at the video footage and the recordings, and he studied what he had to do and place himself where he needed to be to get the max amount of points.
Exactly, and I know this for sure because I used to compete too. What you have to do is you have to really know what the judges want, what the judges are looking for. You can't just come out and do what you think is the best. You're basically here at a competition to please other people. So what you have to do, you have to go back and look at other runs like, why is this guy getting a higher score than me? Why is this guy, docking me for points here? Going back to studying that and, learning from that, he did the exact way that he had to do it, where didn't qualify at Sugo. Now he's back. Qualified first place. That's like amazing. It was like a killer run. And yes, we just talked about Yukio Fausto's run was really great as well, landing a 94-point run. But barely he did beat him, but it was a tad bit better.
I'll give you this: Yukio Fausto along with Harino, they've both been consistent all day yesterday. Yukio was both in the 90, he had 91 and 90, or 94 and 91, so he was in the high 90s, so he's ready to throw down that close to 100-point run as a lead run. But my biggest thing is to see him in the chase position, see how he's going to perform and how he's going to execute. Because if you guys haven't seen the brackets and you haven't checked them out on the Instagram or anything, the right side's a tough side, but left side has its challenges too. So it's going to be a very intense and extreme day today, coming from top 32 to top 16.
All right, so I guess we're not going to show Harino's run, but it was good.
Hey, it was
We're not trying to hide anything. It was really good. So.
Hey, if you missed it, you can check out the qualifying.
Exactly. Go back to yesterday's qualifying, and you can look at it on live stream or on the YouTube channel. But let me go ahead and go over the track for you real quick. For those of you who missed it yesterday, let me go ahead and explain the parts where we're not going to be We're not going to be giving out points. All three of the judges will be picking driver A, driver B, or one more time, depending on how well they run. The lead car would have to drive the best as they can, closer to a 100-point run as they can. The chase car has to give them pressure, be as close as possible, be on the same angle, be on the same line as the lead car. Now here are the clips and the in clips in the outside zones that you see. There's a long straightaway, outside zone 1 on the right side where the wall is at. You have to fill that zone as much as possible. Come into the horseshoe area, in clip 1, switch back, another outside zone, fairly long, that starts with the wall. And the outside zone 3 is along the wall, and this is where everybody shallows up. It's really, really hard for lower power cars to leave this horseshoe going downhill, across this bridge again, and right when you cross the bridge, there's the in clip 2 there and the finish line. Lead car has to do as best as they can, outside lines, close to in clips, a lot of angle throughout there. The chase car just has to match everything they do. They have to mimic everything that the lead car does. So once they can do that, we're going to see the lead car versus the lead car. They're going to swap places. We're going to compare the lead run and the lead run, chase run to the chase run. Who did better on the leads? Who did better on the chase? Now we're going to consider how well the lead run was. Obviously, to do a good chase run, you need a good lead run. That's why a lot of the judges always say, do a good lead run. It's not a running away game. This isn't a drag race. It's drifting. We want you to be sideways, on gas all the time, maximum angle, outside wall line, ride, whatever zone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
The biggest thing I'm going to highlight off of what he was describing of the course is that initial jump from the chicane coming up to the 3-2-1. That grade and incline is pretty intense, especially with this new pavement, which we're going to add on and we'll probably see a little bit more footage on. Okuibuki hooked it up and they widened it and at the same time repaved it. So it's a lot stickier is what the drivers were saying. So that transition over the bridge is going to be definitely a huge, I guess, challenge for some of them to make sure they're testing it the right way to get to that inside clip 1. And then at the same time, when the paths cross coming back across the bridge to inside clip 2, it's going to be a smoke show, so visibility is going to be very rough. The sun's out, so all those are going to be challenges that these drivers are going to be facing all day long.
Yeah, so the surface change, the incline, the
Smoke
weather,
show, yeah.
the weather being dry is totally different from yesterday. So it's a brand new day. It's not qualifying anymore. It's tandeming. Now let's see if Harino is good enough to beat Saito. By leading and chasing, and see if Saito is going to come out of nowhere and just kind of take out the first place qualifier right here.
So like we were saying earlier, so Horino qualified 95, our first qualifier. Sorry, I got cut off right there. But yeah, Harino was our first qualifier yesterday with a 95. He'll be going against number 73, Ikuo Saito, in his JZX 100 Chaser.
Yeah, he barely made it by qualifying 32nd, you know. So he had a good run, but I think he had a couple of big mistakes that he made when he was qualifying. So he ended up being 32nd. But hey, you're in the game, so that's all that matters. Let's see how well he can put up a good fight against the number 1 qualifier. And I've been watching Harino all day today during practice too, and he looks pretty amazing.
Very consistent, very amazing, and he's definitely ready to rock and roll and make things happen today in the top 32. So Harino's with the Good Ride Team Tops S15, while Saito's going to be in the West Auto with Good Ride JZX 100 here. Here they come, coming out of the chicane, coming up to the 3-2-1. Let's see Harino's lead run with Saito chase, but it looks like Saito's falling a little bit behind. Can he make it up here in the inside clip 1 right here? Harino once again, like I said, look at that, riding that outer line of outer zone 2. And Saito just playing a little bit of catch up and closing that proximity, but getting a little bit lost in that smoke trail right there. Harino's throwing down, and like we were talking about, consistency is what he's been showing us the last 2 days.
Yeah, so we're not really looking for speed, but we see the difference here where Harino's a lot faster. He kind of leaves Saito in the dust. Let's go ahead and check out this replay real quick. It looks like Harino's doing a fairly good job on what he's supposed to do as a lead run. Saito does fall back on the straight. Then after that, he tries to mimic what Harino's doing the whole time, but the whole within the whole track, he looks like he's getting gapped little by little. And after right here, outside zone 3, Looks like Saito's having a hard time finding traction, trying to get as close as possible to Harino. It doesn't look like Saito makes any huge mistakes, but at the same time, there is no proximity whatsoever. So
You're right.
now we're going to have to see what Harino does behind Saito.
Yeah, surprisingly, Saito definitely was in that clear zone to stay out of that smoke zone. But if he would have closed that proximity more, it might have been a little bit more dangerous. But hey, this is tandem battles. We want to see door-to-door, fender-to-fender deal going on. So let's see what Harino's going to do and see if he can close that proximity and get that understanding of what he needs to do in the chase position. So Saito in the lead, Harino in the chase, coming up into 3-2-1, and here they are. Nice job in the outer zone 1 by Saito. But look at that, Harino right there, keeping that proximity close to Saito. Let's see how close he'll get here in outer zone 2. Beautiful job. Nice proximity right there. He's trying to close it a little bit more. And that is what we were waiting on right there. A smoke show with close proximity drifting right there.
Woo, there was a slight second right there that got me a little worried too, because this is a track where you can kind of get pinched off leaving outside zone 2 to 3. Let me go ahead and explain it while we're going through. Now Harino is keeping the pressure on from the straight. Saito does a fairly good job trying to keep his car on the outside line right there. But Harino does stay a lot closer than Saito does when he was chasing Harino. Now from here, Harino doesn't feel outside zone 2 as well, but right there, when the lead car kind of starts to straighten out, loses angle going towards outside zone 3, that's where it's dangerous for the chase car. If you're way too in, you have nowhere to go, and a lot of guys straighten out there. So that's like the danger zone here. It makes it really challenging for some of the drivers.
Let's see, Ryan's going to go with, or Robbie's going to go with Harino, Ryan with Harino, and Yoichi Mimura with Harino. You guys kind of threw me off because they kind of mixed them up this time.
Yeah,
Usually it's like a consistent order, but congratulations, Jin Harino, going to be moving on to top 16.
Hey, but you know what? If Saito did that run for qualify, I'm pretty sure he would have qualified higher than a 32. So I think he was able to find out how to tackle the track, but it was a little bit too late because it's day 2 now. So let's see how far Harino's going to go, and better luck for Saito next time.
But yeah, overall, like, that just shows that he's controlling his car he's making his car perform how it needs to perform on the course, because you saw right there, that could have been a huge mess up by a lot of drivers, but he was able to control it and keep that drift and keep that proximity that he needed to do to Saito. So congratulations to Harino, and he's definitely showing that 95-point run that he gave us yesterday.
Yeah, very impressive run by a lot of these drivers during this practice that we just had this morning too. So I'm really, really looking forward to some crazy tandems here. Now let's talk about crazy tandems. The next battle we have is car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi, going against car number 666, Shuichi Mano.
Both qualifying 16th and 17th, so neck and neck. So you got Takahashi with the TMS Racing Team Cylone Tire JZX 100, and then you got the Mano number 666 with the Chadi Boy style with Victor tires in the 1 Via, mean looking 1 Via.
Yeah, so I know Takahashi's car is a beast. It's very, very lightweight, and it probably makes like a gazillion horsepower. And let's see how well Mano could adapt chasing this car.
So Takahashi in the lead, Mano trailing far behind. Let's see if he can catch up right here, coming into this inside clip here out of outer zone 1. And it looks like he's still trailing behind, and Takahashi just doing his thing, pushing along into outer zone 3 here. And Mano slowly closing that proximity gap, but definitely getting left behind throughout the course.
Yeah, so I would have to say that this was similar to the battle that we just had with Harino versus Saito, but Takahashi does a good job leading. He takes the outside zone 1 very, very wide and long, and he keeps his car nice and tight on the outside right there, all the way through. And Mano doesn't do a bad job. It's just that the proximity isn't there. I don't know, maybe about horsepower and grip level. He concentrates on trying to make his car get a little closer to Takahashi's car, but by doing that, he had to run a shallower line, a little bit of a shallower angle. So I would have to say good job to Takahashi, and I'm pretty sure Mano's doing whatever he can with what he has. So let's see how well Takahashi could adapt to Mano.
Yeah, Mano definitely got left behind leaving that chicane area, but not sure if he kind of misjudged it and had a bad jump, but here he is. He's going to be on the lead this time, so let's see how Takahashi's going to adjust to whether it is the power difference or the driving difference coming through the course here. So here he is. Mano's going to be in the lead, and Takahashi's going to be on the chase. Here they are coming up to the 3-2-1. Looks like Takashi's trying to play a little bit safe, and he's prowling in to see if he can close his proximity coming into outer zone 2 here. Definitely needs to close that proximity a little bit more, and there he is right there on the attack, coming into outer zone 3, swinging back around into inside clip 2. Beautiful job closing that proximity at the end by Takahashi.
All right, that was, I would have to say, I don't even know if Mano's car was trying to go up the hill, but it looked, I mean, I'm gonna have to check this replay. Like, it was a very, very huge speed difference on the straightaway. So it looks like Takahashi got thrown off. Mano doesn't feel outside zone 1 that well. And from here right now, Mano does a good job on outside zone 2, but this is where Takahashi starts to get, he creeps up to him behind and gets into a safe area where he wants to stick to Mano's car. So I'm not going to say that was a good chase run by Takahashi either, because he kind of gave him too much gap from the beginning and he tried to play catch up. And that's one dangerous way to do, because sometimes if you miss anticipating how far you want to be to catch up with the car, sometimes the car could, you know, leave you in the dust too. So
here you go, Robbie Nishida with Takahashi, Ryan Lantain with Takahashi, and Yoichi Imamura is going to go with Takahashi. So Kazumi Takahashi is going to be moving on to top 16. Congratulations.
See, these are the times if Mano could have done a little bit of a better job leading and running an outside line, there's actually a possibility that he could have maybe even got a one more time right there, because of the speed difference. I get that some of the cars are faster and some of the cars are slower with less or more grip level, but the way Takahashi just approached it, that's kind of a dangerous way to do it, because if he, if Mano laid down his crazy lead run right there, he might have even lost too. So good job by Mano, but better luck next time, and Takahashi's going to be going against Harino for the top 16.
And here we are moving to our next battle. Coming up is going to be number 61, Kazuki Hayashi, going against number 168, Masayo Minoa in the JZX 100 Chaser. So F15 versus JZX.
They want, the S15 is a 2J and the JZX is a 1.5J. Male driver, female driver, 2-door versus 4-door.
And wow, look at Hayashi coming out of the gates hot here into outer zone 1. Coming in inside zone, but there you go, Minoa right there, closing that gap right there, closing that proximity. Look at that beautiful job coming in. Hayashi needs to pick it up right here to outer zone 3, and Minoa trying to keep that proximity gap close right there, and not sure what happened right there to inside clip 1, but I don't know if she got lost in the smoke or what, but
yeah, it looks like she lost momentum. The wheel speed just went down and the car gripped up, and she ended up going straight. So yes, I believe that's probably going to be an incomplete on Minoa's side, because she did straighten right before the finish line, which is a big no-no. And I would have to say, Hayashi's pretty much doing his own thing in the lead. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a lead driver throughout the track. So I would have to say good job to Hayashi. But looks like Minoa was concentrating on trying to close the gap, and just she couldn't make it all the way around to finish off the track strong. So now we're going to have to see what she does leading and how well Hayashi's going to be adapting to chasing her.
yeah, she definitely was getting gapped at the start, but she closed it up going from inside clip 1 to outer zone 2, and kind of looked like you said she was taking a little bit shallower line, but she was closing that gap, keeping it a solid tandem drift, but something happened at the end right there, which, like you said, probably was a grip related, causing, and that's that transition from the old to new right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But here they are, tables are turned, Minoa in the lead, Hayashi in the chase right here, coming in outer zone 1. Let's see if Hayashi can close it just a little bit more coming into outer zone 2 right here. Hayashi's just testing it right there. Beautiful job by Hayashi right there, coming out of outer zone 3. Beautiful job, nice proximity gap. And here they are coming inside clip 2, finishing off strong, and Hayashi was right there the whole time.
All right, so I would have to say good job by both drivers, because Minoa said, you know what, I just incompleted on my chase run, so I'm just going to give it my all for the lead. She did a fairly good job keeping the car on the outside line, and I would have to say Hayashi, even though he's sitting on a huge advantage with her being incomplete, he risked it to get behind and get super close. Now, that's what we want to see. We don't want to just see drivers sit back and say, all right, I got this easy win. He's going to fight for it. So, you know what? I'm looking forward to how well he's going to come out this this event, because I see this, you know, aggressiveness coming from him. This beautiful job by both drivers. Too bad that Minoa did incomplete on her lead run. then this could have been, going a different way too. But let's
We'll
go ahead and
see
see
what
this.
Robbie says. Hayashi going right with Hayashi, Ryan with Hayashi, and Yoichi Mimura. So all going to the right for Kazuki Hayashi. Gets the win. Congratulations, moving into the top 16.
Yeah, and good job by Minoa. Her lead run was very, very good. It was a good run that she just laid down. But better luck next time for her. But I mean, you got to consider that she's the only female driver that's in FD Japan right now. So good job and better luck for her next time.
Yeah, most definitely. She's definitely keeping up. It's just that one little hiccup she had at the end. And like we were talking about, there is a transition over the bridge where it goes from old pavement to new. And they were talking about yesterday how it kind of got the grip level a little bit more intense coming from that zone to the other zone. So hopefully that's not going to be a continuous challenge throughout the day.
Man, but I'm just so happy right now because it feels really good.
It feels
to be
like
sitting
drifting?
here. Yeah, it feels like now we're watching drifting because too bad you guys can't smell this, but the tire smoke smell and everything. Like,
that's one of the sensations that we haven't been getting the last few rounds is the sense of smell for drifting. But here we are for the next battle coming up is going to be number 56, Naoto Suenaga going against number 408, Shoya Saito.
all right, we got Suenaga as a super veteran in the drifting scene, and we got Saito. He's 18, 19 years old. He's like a young guy coming into the sport. So let's see what the veteran's going to do against the new guy.
So here we are, Suenaga with the Team Kazuma with Power Vehicles S15 in the lead right here against the Car Guy Racing 180SX. And look at that, Saito
No.
Not looking good right here for Suenaga.
No.
Oh, man, that's not looking good at all for Suenaga right there. We'll have to see what happened there, but yeah, I was kind of lost for words during that. There was a lot going on with Suenaga's car. You can see right here in the replay coming from outer zone 1 into inside clip 2. Look at all that smoke it started pushing out. So that's usually not a good sign, stating the obvious.
Yeah, so here we have to see that he almost straightened when he was doing the transition going to the outside zone 2. Then after he left outside zone 2, he pretty much straightened. But it looks like obvious some kind of car trouble, mechanical trouble that he has. A lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust. I don't know if that's like a bad turbo. It looked like they were working on his car yesterday too, so I don't know what was happening during this time. I don't have any information currently. But it looks like they're going to have to check the car real quick, so we'll go ahead and wait for what the tech guys down there are going to tell us.
But like you were talking about, so during practice from Friday coming into Saturday's qualifying, they actually did have like turbine issues, so they said they did a turbine swap. Hopefully that wasn't a continuation from that, but that intense amount of smoke that was coming out.
Suenaga's out the car, so this is, at the least, it's going to be a competition timeout, I believe. But I don't know. Maybe there's fire under the hood.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah, the car's on fire. Oh, man. But
oh,
you know what?
shoot.
Oh, shoot. Man, that's a really, really well-built 900 horsepower 2J right now. I hope...
and for those of you that didn't watch last round, he took second place. He was killing it at Sugo, so that's very unfortunate. See if we can get a better camera angle there. But yeah, you can see the drone, so hopefully have some good drone footage also. But this is not looking good for Suenaga right here. There's a little bit of the drone footage like I was just talking about, so not sure if this is going to be relating to the mechanical issues he had on practice day, but pretty intense. We also have our track crew out here. They're checking out the course, make sure nothing leaked, nothing came loose. So hands down to the track course, our tow guys. But yeah, Robbie's trying to get a little bit more word from the tech team down there to see if there's better word on what's going on with his vehicle. So if you're just joining us, this is the top 32. We're into our fourth battle here. Naoto Suenaga in the S15. That looks like it caught fire or whatnot. Here's another replay of it. And then you got Shoya Saito in the chase here in his 180SX. But here it is coming from outer zone 2 to inside clip 1. Something happened mechanically, not sure what yet. But like Robbie was saying, coming from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, definitely huge straighten up, obviously probably with mechanical and power issues with the vehicle.
All right, so they did say there was fire, but they were able to put it out, so that's good. But as you see right now on the track, it looks like there was an oil leak somewhere, so now they're laying down some chalk or the magical white dust. Soon you might be able to see the Japanese brooms, J-style brooms
There you
that
go.
a lot of you probably like, the witch brooms.
The witch
that they're gonna go
brooms.
ahead and, yeah. But I think it started at initiation area, so I mean, there's probably oil all throughout the track right now.
But yeah, big shout out to the track crew out there, taking care of business, making sure that this track's safe for all the drivers.
Here you go.
Oh, there
That's
you
a
go.
drone view, yeah. All the fire extinguisher powder all over the windshield. But as we're looking at this, we'll go ahead and get back with you real quick. But we're going to take a short break right here. We'll be right back.
Seven 滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motive.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
New Zeta 4誕生。ニュージーグ4誕生。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
前後2カメラドライブレコーダー、広範囲、そして高画質。前後にスタービスと HDR 機能を搭載。スタービスで 夜でも明るく撮影 HDR で白飛びを軽減日本製ドライブレコーダー ZDR035 コムテック。
RSR Ichiban.
これが噂のバリバリバリのバリのタイヤ。
Side toll roll cage.
Welcome back, everybody, to the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 4 here in Okuibuki Motor Park, Shiga Prefecture. If you're just joining in, we just had a fire.
We did. So fire right now. Everything's on fire. Oh, they're still cleaning the track right now. Give us a few moments, but like Kenny just said right now, he said G-Shock prevents.
What
are they preventing us from?
They're hopefully preventing this right here.
All right, so that's the FD Japan tow truck right there. That thing is dope because it's an automatic, but it's like a 3-liter diesel turbo or something like that, and it's pretty fast. It's like a 7-speed.
Side rails
right
drop
now.
on
Yeah,
it.
like look at that. Yeah, the side rails come down, dude. That's like a cool tow vehicle to have in Japan.
But I don't know.
Like
the one next to it looks cooler though. Was that the Hiace or the?
No, that's the caravan. That's the boring caravan, not the
one
four-wheel
behind
drive
it.
one,
Yeah, the one in the behind it. You know, on
Yeah.
standby back there. That's
So look at all that. That's not drugs. That's I think chalk or something that they use to try to soak up the oil, so it's not slippery. But man, like literally, he drenched the whole track, like the whole way down. After the oil started coming out at outside zone 2 area.
Look at that crew with them brooms.
There you go. That's the Japanese witch.
Putting that
witch
back
brooms.
into it.
All right, so let's go ahead and see what Suenaga has to say right now. Marina's down there, so let's go ahead and call Marina. Marina-chan.
はい、こちらピットからマリナが末永選手にインタビューさせていただきたいと思います。はい、ということでちょっと煙が出てましたけど何か起きてしまったんでしょうか。
はい、起きてしまいました。
ちょっと5分ではもう難しそうな感じですか。
そうですね、ちょっとターボチャージャーという部品が壊れてしまいまして、ちょっと5分では治らなそうので、すいません、リタイアという形になります。
ちょっと予選が結構高得点だっただけにかなり残念だと思いますが、次回また期待を許しますのでぜひ頑張ってください。
はい、頑張ります。
ありがとうございます。
This is a race.
Well,
that was an awesome interview.
That was an awesome interview. So Marina said, "Hey, I saw some smoke coming out of the car. What happened?" And he was just kind of like, "Yep, it happened." You know, so very subtle, yeah, very straightforward answer from Tsuenaga. But she asked if was it going to be able to get fixed within the 5 minutes, and I guess something happened with the turbocharger itself. That broke. I'm not sure if it was like an oil leak from there or a line from there or whatever it is. Something caught on fire, so no. So I'm going to have to step down. I'm going to have to throw in the towel. It's not going to get done within the 5 minutes. I mean, it's too bad that he did qualify fairly well. And also what I wanted to bring up was he did an awesome job at Sugo, which was the earlier round. He got second place there. And currently he's the second highest ranking right now. Now, he's kind of giving Yamashita a big leap in between, and I know he was wanting to be at least within the championship run with Yamashita and the 2, 3, 4, 5, some of the drivers down there. But I know the points are really, really close within those guys.
Yeah, so like he was just talking about, I have a little bit of notes here for the points. So yes, Suenaga is in second place at 149 for the points, but from second place to fifth place, the fifth place person has 131.
Wow.
So there's a small gap in between all those drivers from second to fifth place. But now the first place driver, Yamashita, he's very awesome for him at 261, but unfortunate for the rest of the guys. But hey, that's the challenges they got to face.
Yeah, so he is far ahead in the championship race right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of these drivers were hoping to get a little closer today. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there is probably sitting there hoping something will happen to Yamashita's team. But, I mean, that's racing. And, just like Suenaga said, he said this is a race. It's technically not race like, road racing and car racing. But, overall it's drifting. But it is a, type of race that some of these drivers attend. So, yes, things like this happen. Mechanical issues happen all the time. I know, like, Kenji Yamada is one of the veterans that we have in this race or in this series, and he couldn't even qualify because his motor popped right before the qualify. So there's so many things behind the scenes stories that we have where people can't even get to the start line because of mechanical failure. And mechanical failure and success go back to back at any kind of car racing, including drifting. So that's really, really unfortunate for Suenaga for going out so early. But once again, that gives another young driver right here, Shoya Saito, which he is getting into his car to do his buy run. Now he has a chance to move on because he's going into top 16, and he's probably going to be going against car number 61, Hayashi, which also is a veteran driver, and he's been doing a great job this weekend too. So I can't wait to see that battle either.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to add to that, what you were talking about, is it's been a rough weekend for a few teams out there. The other team that wasn't able to qualify also was with the R31 Skyline.
Exactly, yeah. Sobagiri from the R31 house. That's such an awesome car because I love older cars, you know, and it's too bad I can't see it driving. But yes, he did pop a motor yesterday too, and they weren't able to qualify either. So, so many things behind the scenes. You might want to try to look up and go and follow some of these Japanese drivers if you can find their Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever they have out there. But you might be able to get some explanation. But I'm going to warn you, a lot of it's in Japanese, so if you want to get your, you know, skills, Japanese skills, you might want to check those out. Cause
they could start with yours, the Heyman Robbie YouTube channel, because it has translations.
Yeah, I got a channel going where I follow MSC events, FDJ2 events, FD Japan events, and stuff that I do that happen to happen around what I do. But I originally started because I wanted to do it in English and have Japanese subtitles for the Americans and foreigners to watch. And when I was in the States, which I was supposed to be going to last year, I wanted to do it in Japanese so I can bring the U.S. culture to the Japanese guys too and have English subtitles. But all that didn't happen because of COVID. And let's talk about COVID. A lot of our commentators, Kenny is here now. He's taking Ryan Sage's place. Ryan Lantin is doing this remote. Kevin Wells is usually here, and he's doing the tech in the U.S. as well. So miss all you guys in the FD USA fam and all the drivers and the teams. We all miss you. Hopefully we can once again get together and have a great time and have a good event.
Yeah, this is like you were just saying, this is actually my, I guess you can call it my anniversary track, because a year ago this is the first track that I came to for doing the commentating, filling the host gig that you guys offered me. So do appreciate that. Thank you all. Didn't realize it was going to prolong to this. I was going to just be a filler or a buffer for the meantime.
So yeah, let us know how Kenny's doing.
Oh, please don't.
Let us know your honest feelings about Kenny.
Honest feelings.
He's a really good guy, so let us know how he's doing. And also let us know how this very young driver right here, Saito, is going to attack his, this is going to be his bye run because Suenaga did have to call, you know,
and like you said,
get the car done within the 5 minutes, so he's going to do his bye run.
And like you were saying, very young driver. This is the youngest Formula Drift Japan driver we have, so we'll see what he's going to do on his bye run, and see if how he's going to perform against Hayashi in the top 16.
And here we go. We got people from Sweden watching us. Thank you. A lot of Brazilian flags. This Go Fausto. Kenny is doing good. Nice.
Oh, positive vibes. Positive I like the positive vibes.
We're not going to read the negative ones, okay? We're biased. We're biased to ourselves, yeah.
But yeah, we are checking out the chat, the live chat for y'all that are out there. So, you know, spit your love, where you're at, all that stuff. But here he is coming up to the 3-2-1 into outer zone 1. Coming into inside clip 1 there. Definitely struggling in the outer zone 1 right there. But he's just throwing down his run and seeing if the course is going to perform the way it needs to with no flaws to it. And there he is right there, sweeping into inside clip 2, missing a little bit inside clip 2. But he will definitely have to step it up if he's going to make a lead run against Hayashi.
Yeah, so he was probably filling out the track because you know there's oil all over it, so you don't want to go in too hard. But good job by Saito, and better luck for Team Kazama and Suenaga coming back to the next round. Hopefully they can get their car situated. I'm pretty sure they can. I'm pretty sure if they had a few more minutes, they probably could have came back out. But he did incomplete on his lead run too, so wasn't going to look good for their team. But better luck next time.
But yeah, like I was saying, that was our 4th battle of the top 32 bracket. We have a lot more tandem battles going to be happening today.
Yeah, and also, you know, tell us how you guys feel about the track. What do you guys think about this track? I mean, we're here. It's really nice. We're surrounded by nature. The whole incline and the horseshoe that you have to go through and stuff like that. I kind of want to know what everybody feels watching the tandem battles here, too. So you can let us know later if you want as well. But here
definitely
we go.
has its challenges for sure, but I didn't know what else to add to the butt part of that. So
So let's go ahead and see the next battle. Thanks for waiting, guys, and thanks for tuning in and watching and sticking around while we have to, clean up the track and stuff like that. But now, I'd like to thank the course workers and everybody hustling out there, trying to get the oil out of the way. But now we have car number 5 who qualified 4th yesterday, Tomoki Tanaka, going against car number 963, qualifying 29th yesterday, Daichi Mizutani. So Tanaka has been looking like he's been forming very well with this program, and the way he qualified yesterday going forth with crazy amount of angle, that was very, very impressive.
Yeah, so we'll see what they got to do. Tanaka here with the V-Style good ride with Tetsujin and his JZX 100, while you have Mizutani with Mizutani Motors, Marusha Racing, VL coming in inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. And look at Mizutani right there, riding that door into outer zone 3, coming into outer zone 3 right here. Definitely had to take a shorter line coming in outer zone 2. But here he is finishing strong into inside clip 1 and being able to hold on strong right there toward the finish.
Yeah, that was, I would have to say, maybe because both of the drivers know that there's oil all over the track, they're probably trying to take it easy. Let me go ahead and go over the replay right here with you. Tanaka leading, not an impressive way he entered outside zone 1 because he did not fill the zone well. Mizutani trying to stay as close as possible and mimicking his line, and I think he's doing a good job here. And right after here, it looks like Tanaka tries to get back online, and Mizutani gets a little too close, gets pinched right there on the line, and very, very shallow there by outside zone 3. Angle and line, and right there almost does a half spin going into inside clip 2. So I would have to say pretty messy tandem by both of the drivers, lead and chase. So I would like to see a lot more cleaner runs when they switch places.
Yeah, they both had their faults here and there, but like you were saying earlier, whenever you were describing the track and talking a little bit about the tandem battles, it's going to be a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase comparison, cross-comparison between the two. So they both might make the same mistakes around again. So, that's why they have that one more time vote for you judges out there.
And I know it makes it really hard because I'm pretty sure the spotters tell them, hey, there was an oil leak. They just cleaned it up, so be a little careful. So it's really hard to determine how careful you have to be on the track, too, because, I mean, you're going into this turn that's super fast, going towards these big rock walls.
Yeah, you're right. Here it is. Mizutani coming in really hot in outer zone 1. Beautiful job in outer zone 1. Coming into outer zone 2 here. Mizutani just doing anything. Oh, just losing it right there for Tanaka right there. And Mizutani just continuing on to finish off strong, but man.
Wow, I would have to say maybe Mizutani was listening to us or something, but that was a very impressive lead run. I mean, he almost went way out a little too long, but Mizutani had good angle, good momentum, and a good line right there. And I think Tanaka did not think that was going to happen, and he tried to play catch up from the midway. He kind of went a little ahead of himself right there at outside zone 2 and almost did a half spin, and that's going to be a big factor right there, where that's a big no-no for Tanaka in the chase.
Yeah, he definitely dove really hard coming from outer zone 2 halfway through, trying to close that proximity gap that he had, but I don't know. Here it is. Robbie Nishida is going to go with Mizutani, Ryan Lontaine with Mizutani, and Yoichi Mamura is going to go with Mizutani. So Daichi Mizutani gets the win and will be moving into the top 16.
That's a major upset right there because Mizutani qualified 29th. He took out the number 4 qualifier today. And yes, it was wet yesterday, so it's a different situation right now too. But I think Mizutani did a good job leading. I'm not going to say his chase was the prettiest, but I don't know if it was an oil spill and the dry surface right now, but Tanaka just it wasn't his A game today.
That was a big up for him. Mizutani, so last event, he upgraded, went from SR to 2J, and here he is showing what he's got. He's got more power. He was able to stick through, give a good lead run, try to close that proximity gap, but definitely coming up in the top 16, he's going to have to fix a little bit of he has to dissect a little bit more of his chase run because that's probably where he had most of his faults at.
Yeah, right now, Tanaka, if he could have done his number 4 qualifying run right now, things could have been different, but better luck for him next time. Hopefully he comes back and becomes a little more consistent when he's leading, but good job by Mizutani. Moving on, and now we're going to see who Mizutani is going to be going against. Is it going to be car number 38, Tadahiro Fukada, or car number 808, Manabu Fujinaka?
So most of y'all know Fukada is actually a real seasoned. He's not real seasoned. He is seasoned. He's been here from day one. Been to all the events. He's with Tanaba SSR Team Dunlop with Weld in his JZX 100 Mark II. While you have Fujinaka number 808 with his TCP Magic Awa Tire Good Ride West Japan RX-7 FD 3-rotor.
2J versus 3-rotor. Here we go.
Here we go. Fujinaka coming in, closing that proximity in the outer zone 1. Beautiful job, but look at that. Fukada once again just throwing down his lead run. Nice, simple, clean, calm, but oh, Fujinaka coming a little hot right there and definitely made the mistake diving too hard into Fukada right there. But Fukada continuing on to inside clip 2.
All right, so there's a lot of things happening. I'm going to have to go ahead and check this replay real quick.
But definitely looked like Fukada from outer zone 3 to inside clip 2 was like losing a little bit of power. I know yesterday he had some boost issues, and he wasn't sure if the boost issues were what they were related to, but he wasn't getting the power that he wanted.
All right, looks like they're doing a good job right here, but after here, Fujinaka goes offline, and yeah, that's what happened. But this is what I want to go ahead and look into. Right here after outside zone 3, Fukada, ooh, that's a very close one where he didn't, I guess it's not a straightening, but he had to almost reinitiate to give it a little bit more angle, leaving outside zone 3 to inside clip 2. So we're going to have to keep all this in mind and see what's going to happen when they change places.
So like you said, changing places. So Fujinaka is going to be in the lead this time, while Fukada is going to be on the chase in the JZX 100 chase, Mark II. Here they are lined up and ready to go. Let's see. Once again, thanks to all you viewers out there checking out our live stream and supporting us out here. But like I said, it's live stream, so everything happens on the fly. All the changes, all the mistakes, you all get to see it. So here they are right here. Fukada in the chase while Fujinaka's in the lead. Fujinaka leading hard, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job into outer zone 1 right there by Fujinaka. But let's see if Fujinaka can make it happen here in outer zone 2. Fukada needs to close that proximity gap coming out of outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, but Fujinaka not allowing anything for Fukada to close that gap that he created. Probably kind of hard to hear, but that 3-rotor just screams.
Yeah, so talking about inactive chase, that was a huge gap, but I think he was trying. So I would have to say, let's go ahead and check out the replay right here. It's like out of the box. Fujinaka is just ripping down the straight. Good job on the outside zone 1. Tries to run the outside, doesn't go all the way outside on the outside zone 2. And right here,
he got cut off. He's analyzing it and doing his part as a judge. So yeah, like I told y'all before, Robbie's kind of triple hatting things. He's judging, he's commentating, he's explaining the course, he's doing a little bit of translating, and he's, I wouldn't say dual, triple, or quadruple hatting. He's doing a lot out there. So definitely in and out.
What I was pointing out was, number one, yes, Fujinaka did a major mistake when he was chasing, but at the same time, when Fukada was leading, let's go ahead and check.
Here we go, Robbie Nishida with Fukada, Ryan Lontain with Fukada, and Yoichi Imamura is going to be going right to Fukada, so Tadahito Fukada is going to be moving on to the top 16.
Yeah, so what I wanted to explain was when Fukada was leading, after he was leaving outside zone 3 to going into inside clip 2, there was a very, very close call where it looked like he was almost had to reinitiate to make his car keep on drifting. And also when he was on the chase, that's a pretty big gap that Fujinaka made in between. But at the same time, Fujinaka wasn't running the outside line at outside zone 2. He did look like he was running a little bit of a smaller line behind, in front of Fukada. So we're going to give it to Fukada this time because Fujinaka's mistake was pretty major when he was chasing. Fujinaka's mistake was major when he was chasing Fukada.
Here you go. You can see our next competitors up right here is going to be number 4, Tetsuya Hibino in his insanely loud S15 by Liberty Walk, crazy four-rotor twin-turbo against number 58, Kazuhiro Kubo in his 180SX. And I keep messing the name because I want to say Vacancy, but it's not Vacancy.
Vacancies.
We actually talked to him. That's actually his brand.
For his VIP stuff. Uh-oh.
Ooh, looks like either a pylon touch or something.
Yeah, so that was a pylon touch. I'm telling you, who's going to make that T-shirt? Who's going to make that pylon touch T-shirt? But I would have to say that Hibino's car is very long.
Yes, I mean,
yeah,
he has a lot of overhang.
Long. Yeah, he's got a lot of overhang, so it'd probably be very hard to maneuver its car through the chicane right there. So,
hey, you had a high ace flying through there, so I think he'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, we always test these out with our, not rentals, but we have the, you know, FD Japan vans and trucks and stuff like that, but I always drive through those and I always try to blast through them, see how fast I can go. But I never hit them, so, yeah, no excuses, I guess. But it's okay.
You still got that touch.
Yeah, no. Well, you just can't jump the light, you can't hit the cones, and you can't do that 3 times because that's going to equal an incomplete. So let's see. Make sure that it's going to be a clean start. Boom, clean start. Let's go.
And here we are, Hibino in the lead while Kubo in the chase, coming into outer zone 1 right here. And look at Hibino bringing in that heat to outer zone 1, dragging it all the way around, coming to inside clip 1. And Kubo right there on his fender, closing that proximity, taking a little bit closer line, but there he is right now, coming to outer zone 3. I can barely talk because it's so loud, coming into inside clip 2. And man, just like practice, Hibino just being consistent with his runs and making that nice line.
Yeah, it looks like he's slightly wider on some areas, but I think it's just because his overhang is pretty long. But look at this, check this out. Outside zone 1, fills it completely, knocks over that last cone standing, fills the inside clip, fills the outside zone. It's almost a perfect line run from Hibino with very good amount of angle. And I think behind Hibino, Kubo is just trying to stay close. He's keeping the pressure on, but he does have to run a slightly shallow angle and a line just to keep up. So now it's time to see how Hibino is going to chase down Kubo.
How he's going to react to Kubo's lead run here. But yeah, most definitely. That was a good tandem battle right there.
Yeah, that was nice.
I was surprised by that.
And man, that car is loud because all I heard was the car driving by and Kenny Harris was going on mute.
I was yelling in silence.
See, that's why my throat's all jacked up. It's like so much yelling. But here we go.
Kubo in the lead. Hibino in the chase right here, coming up into outer zone 1.
Whoa!
Kubo doing a beautiful job, but oh! Hibino holding through. Come on, dragging it around to outer zone 1. Let's see if he closed that proximity that he lost in outer zone 1. Lost his rear bumper right there in outer zone 2 against the wall. And here he is coming in to inside clip 1, trying to play catch up throughout this course. And Kubo just doing his thing. Man, I just wanted to watch that.
Oh my God. So now this is going to be a hard one for us because yes, Hibino did a major mistake behind Kubo, but his attack was, look at that, he was only inches away from Kubo's car at entry, which is probably the hardest part to do that. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and see how he tries to finish the track. Now there's not so much proximity between the car, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and check out the other replay as well.
Yeah, so that outer zone 1 definitely took his bumper, and then he lost it outer zone 2, but insane driving right there. Hibino definitely did a hard attack on Kubo for outer zone 1, and hopefully that's not gonna...
All right, so let's go ahead and check out this replay because I just want to double check to make sure, see how everything went for the first run. And we have to go ahead and see, look at this. There are mistakes that are made by Kubo chasing as well, and he is keeping the proximity and pressure on Hibino, but it's all about the lead chase to chase.
It's the biggest thing for these judges. I don't have to worry about it. I just get to talk about what's on the screen.
Here we go, the second run right here with Kubo leading. And it looks like Kubo is also doing a good job when he's leading, but Hibino does a big mistake right there at the entry.
But Kubo definitely didn't have a bad, he had a pretty good
Oh
lead
no,
run
he
right
did.
there
He
for
did
sure.
a pretty good lead run right there too. So now we have to check that out because Hibino did do a good lead run too.
That's the biggest thing. The smallest mistakes can make the difference.
Look at that bumper. Look at that bumper.
It takes
that
two
thing.
people to hold it. But yeah, beautiful kit by Liberty Walk for sure. Definitely gives that flair to that vehicle. Looks like the next battle's ready, but we need to find out who took this home right here. What do y'all think out there? We have a lot of Fausto fans. He's on the right side of the bracket.
And now here you go.
One more time, and one more time. Hey, that was a good battle. I'll see it one more time all day long.
Yeah, so there was a major mistake made by Hibino at entry. I get it. But his lead was very, very good. Kubo's lead was very, very good too. And Kubo was a lot closer, but he was running a shallow line at outside zone 1, in clip 1, and he had to run a very, very tight line coming around outside zone 2 to keep the proximity. So now we're seeing that as a mistake made by Kubo, not being able to keep the right amount of, or not being able to mimic the lead car. He didn't do a good job. So now we're going to say the lead to lead would be a wash, and the chase to chase, both of the drivers made the fair share of mistakes right there, so it's a wash as well.
But hands down, Hibino was able to save himself from outer zone 1, and that's very impressive to do.
Yeah, that could have been pretty
hold
ugly.
himself. Yeah, because most of these drivers might have locked up or said, you know what, wash. But he went ahead and throttled through it and made it happen. So we'll see what they're going to do on their one more time. But till then, we're moving on to our next battle, which is going to be against number 23, Yuji Saito in his S15 against number 13, Yasuhiro Takaki.
Oh!
Going to finish off right here. Saito finishing up, coming in outer zone 2.
Well, on the straightaway, they already incompleted because the chase car got in his way. Yeah, so there was contact on the straightaway right now because the chase car got a little ahead and Saito kind of came over and hit the chase car. But in this case, the lead car always has the right of way. Okay, check this out right here. Boom. So it already kind of ended there because Saito had hit. I wouldn't have to say Saito had hit Takaki, but the lead car always has a right of way. So
Yeah.
Takaki got in his way, and that's pretty much it. So now I have to look at it as, did Saito do that on purpose? But by watching that, he could have, let's say, but it didn't look like it. And yes,
That's
at
how
the
a lot of
drivers'
them,
meeting,
yeah.
we always talk about it. The lead car has the right of way.
And a lot of these drivers have been initiating like that, coming out wide, coming into the 3-2-1. So we'll have to see here. Robbie's talking to the tech crew down below. There you go, our track crew, making sure everything's safe and clean. Picking up parts off of Saito's car and Takaki's car. But so yeah, this is supposed to be the last race on the left side of our bracket, but we have one more time against Hibino and Kubo. That's gonna happen here shortly. Right now we're with Yuji Saito and Yasuhiro Takaki in his 180SX. If you're just joining in, Saito made a little bit of contact to Takaki in the strip coming into the 3-2-1, but he was trying to initiate and he made his move, and whenever he made his move, Takaki was right there at his door. So the lead has his way of getting the initiation in, and he's supposed to have the free right for it, but he didn't have it with Takaki being there, so it's going to be at fault on Takaki, and we'll see what's going to happen. I know contact happens, so Saito should have an option to get a check for his vehicle. But here you go. Here's the replay once again. Right here's where the contact happened.
Yeah, so what we were talking about on the radio is, well, I know Saito's tire just is off the wheel.
On
but
the
look
contact,
at it.
they look like it
He
happened.
has one tire, but he could still drift.
I know. But that's the thing, that contact, when it initially happened, you could see how it debeated the tire.
Yeah, so it debeated the tire. So we're gonna go ahead and give Saito a chance to change his tire, and also since the contact was made by Takaki, it's not Saito's fault. Saito's going to be able to use a 10. He's going to be able to change a tire. We're going to give Takaki a chance to change his rear tire too, since we want both of the tires to have, or both of the drivers to have new tires on the back. But Takaki would have to use his 5 to check his car out too. So.
So they're squaring everything off. So this is another view. So to the left of this, that's where we're positioned at. Up there at the right, the white building up there was our lodge. Here's a little bit more clarification from Robbie.
Yeah, so all right, so I got to go back on the radio.
He's in and out. So like I said, he has multiple jobs. He's talking to the tech crew, translating, making sure everything's squared away, but at the same time, he's trying to get as much information for y'all out there so y'all are in the loop on what's going on. So once again, if you're joining in, contact happened between Saito and Takaki. Takaki actually made contact with Saito in the initiation in the 3-2-1 zone. During that contact, Takaki's car made Saito's, left rear tire DB'd. So now he's getting the opportunity to go get his tire swapped out and squared away because the contact was made by Takaki. And Saito should have had, being in the lead, the right for initiation, free clear initiation. And this is should be our last battle for the left side of the bracket, but we're going to have one more time between Hibino and Kubo here shortly.
Yeah, that might even be coming up soon. Let's go ahead and see what's going on right now. But yes, as of now, I think Saito is going to use his 10-minute to get his car checked out because he said his toe is messed up or something, or in the rear. He wants to check his arms. And Takaki said they're most likely he's probably going to be using his 5 too because obviously he said his toe is messed up on the front and they probably want to go ahead and get that squared away. I'm pretty sure that that was a wash and now Saito gets an advantage because he got hit on the straightaway. But we do want to see what happens when Saito's going to give Takaki chase. You never know what's going to happen until they switch places.
There's a fan favorite right there for y'all out there throwing that Brazilian flag representing. He'll be coming up here shortly. He definitely has a few more battles before him, unless they would go ahead and progress and move on.
We might go on to the. Oh no, actually, you know what? I think the Fausto battle is going to be just in a minute because I think they want to finish the ladder on the left side first.
Okay, that sounds good. But like you were talking about earlier with Saito's car, rocking that VR38, he was still able to hold a drift throughout the whole entire course with the left tire debeated.
Exactly, with or without a tire, with the 305 tire, with the 185 tire, it doesn't matter what kind of tire you have. Drifting, you're supposed to drift it, initiate, get on the gas, and do a lot of weight transfer and whatever you have to do, even without no grip. You shouldn't have to spin out. You should be in total control of the car. That's why everybody always goes for more grip, more grip, more grip, more grip. And yes, when you're going against these high-level drivers at big competitions, you do need a lot of grip to keep up with what kind of horsepower they have and the grip level they have too. But at the same time, just to enjoy drift, you can just get anything and loosen it up in the back and then just go drifting. I think everybody should try it because it's fun.
It's fun, and like you said, it could create different challenges. You get to experience different, challenges in the process of it.
Yeah, so it looks like Yukio Fausto is in the warm-up box. So guess what? I think it's going to be Yukio Fausto versus Shinichiro Saito coming up real soon.
And the chat is blowing up. But right there on the screen is the Liberty Walk team. I know they're anticipating for their one more time battle and seeing how their driver, Hibino, is going to perform. But till then, there you go. Yukio Fausto scrubbing his tires, getting them warmed up, ready to go against his battle against Shinichiro Saito. So yes, another Saito coming through here. And Saito's in his new A90 Supra that he came out in Ebisu round is whenever he debuted it.
Yeah, so it looks like he's still trying to get used to it too, watching him at practice and how he did in qualify. But hopefully he can get his stuff together. Going against number 2 qualifier right there, Yukio Fausto, where all everybody wants to see is a lot of angle and a lot of smoke. And this guy does have a heavy right foot.
And he checks both those boxes all day long. So we'll see what he's going to do and see if he's going to give Saito a smoke show and make him get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, but Saito with the drifting family as well, because his son is driving his old 180 with the 2J in it. Now he has the 2JZ equipped A90. Very beautiful looking car, very nice, clean build by his team. And now he is back over there warming his tires up.
And like you just said, so yeah, Shoya Saito's his son. He's actually on the left side of the bracket. He's the one that went ahead against Suenaga, which kind of DQ'd himself for mechanical issues. So Saito is moving on to the top 16.
Yeah, so at least one of the Saitos are moving on, right?
There are a lot of Saitos in this.
Because like I said,
season.
Saito, the name Saito is more of a common Japanese last name. So, all right, let's not talk about names. Let's talk about these two guys. Oh, look at that purge right there on the A90.
Here they go, Yukio Fausto right here with the Side X Japan with sideways experience against Shinichiro Saito in the Car Guy Racing A90 Supra. So here they go, head to head, ready to go. Fausto right here, fan favorite on this live stream and all around the world. So let's see what he's going to do on his lead right here, coming in real hot into outer zone 1. Beautiful job. Let's see how heavy his foot's going to be here, coming in inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. Look at that right there. Oh, Saito taking a hard line right there, diving in on him and losing control, but Fausto not phasing, just showing him what he's got, giving a nice lead run in, finishing strong.
All right, the top 32 is always, how can I say it, sketchy in my eyes, because you have to make it to top 16, and obviously you want to win and move along. So a lot of the drivers get really nervous, but right here, Fausto does a fairly good job on the outside zone 1. Doesn't fill the zone as well he should be, but right here he does this weird move. I think he got a little too close to the wall, but even though he was doing that, right behind him, Saito kind of took himself out, because I think he approached Fausto a little bit too fast coming out of inside clip 1. And there you go, Yukio Fausto finishes off the track, doesn't make any incomplete mistakes. I would consider that in clip 1 to outside zone 2 area transition is a big mistake that he did make, but he did it incomplete like how Saito did. So now we're going to have to see how Saito does when he's leading and how well Yukio Fausto can chase.
Yeah, definitely Saito, that transition from inside clip 1 to outer zone 2, he dove in and took a shallower line. I think he probably over-anticipated too much of what he needed and thought he was going to get lost by Fausto, but instead Fausto was trying to complete that zone as much as he can. But here they go, Saito in the lead, Fausto in the chase. Let's see how Fausto's going to do right here, chasing against Saito. Coming into inside clip 1 right here. Fausto trying to close that proximity to outer zone 1, and Saito trying to close all the way around to outer zone 1 or 2 to 3. And Fausto right there trying to close it a little bit more in the inside clip 2 with a strong finish.
All right, so yes, Saito did a very, very clean but very basic run as a lead car. He didn't fill all the zones as well as he's supposed to be, but right here, it still looked like he's trying to get used to the car, but he does okay at outside zone 1, tight on inside clip 1, does an okay job, leaves outside zone 2 a little early, but keeps drifting. And at the same time, this whole time, Fausto is trying to put a little bit of pressure, not too close, but not too far behind Saito. So he looked like he was in a very comfortable position for a split second at the initiation, after the initiation.
There we go, going right, and going right. So Robbie, Ryan, and Yoichi all going right for Yukio Fausto. Congratulations, Yukio Fausto. You get the win, and you will be moving on to top 16.
Yeah, right when they're coming out of outside zone 1, Fausto looked a little hesitant getting back on throttle, but he made it work. So congratulations to Yukio Fausto. Now he's going into the top 16, and better luck for Shinichiro Saito. Still getting used to the new car. Very, very beautiful ride. Looking forward to seeing how that car is going to perform for him next round.
For sure, but here we are going back to our one more time battle between Tetsuya Hibino and Kazuhiro Kubo. So Hibino in this beautifully built Liberty Walk Racing S15 four-rotor twin turbo going against Kubo in his 180SX. Beautiful vehicles, S chassis right here, going head and head.
With the 2J, yeah. So it's a 2J versus a four-rotor twin turbo. Both of the lead runs were very, very beautiful.
They had minimal mistakes made, but like I said, it all comes down to that. But they have that one more battle or option for the judges to make sure this is contested the right way. Here you go, Hibino in the lead, Kubo in the chase, and look at that, Kubo right there, keeping that nice proximity, coming into inside clip 1 right here. Kubo trying to close a little bit more. Beautiful finish by the drivers right there. I just saved myself as they were coming by the judges' podium here and just kept quiet.
All right, so once again, Hibino's just doing his thing when he's leading right here. He does a very good job filling the outside zone, but this time it looks like Kubo cleaned up his chase run because he did a lot better than last time with a little bit more angle and doesn't get too small on the line. But at the same time, right there, Hibino doesn't fill outside zone 2 as well as earlier, but he does towards the end of it. And right there, Kubo does kind of gets left behind a little bit when he was going from outside zone 2 all the way to the inside clip 2. So now let's see how Kubo is going to lead and how well Hibino is going to give chase. But guys, don't miss this because the way Hibino was hunting Kubo down at the initiation earlier was pretty exciting to see. So let's see how he can do that. And if he can land that and actually pull that off, man, that's going to be a crazy chase run.
Yeah, this is going to be vital on both drivers. The lead runner, Kubo, he definitely has to hit those zones, the zones that Hibino missed, but at the same time, Hibino wants to keep that proximity gap closer and not get lost like Kubo did from outer zone 2 to inside clip 1 or 2. Here they are coming in right here, Kubo in the lead. Hibino right there trying to close that proximity like earlier. Beautiful job, way cleaner than last time. Coming inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. It looks like Kubo's filling outer zone 2 all the way as much as he can. Coming into outer zone 3, holding that nice angle. Not quite getting all the way into outer zone 3. And look at that, Hibino right there. Beautiful job by the chase.
That was a good run by Kubo and a very, very nice and smooth chase by Hibino. I just have to bring up one area that bothered me right now with Kubo's lead. He did a good job filling outside zone 1, but right there, he kicks a little bit too much angle. He had to stall and pull a little bit of angle out, which kind of gave away the momentum of him trying to move along and try to do the complete clean lead run of his. So let's go ahead and...
this is a close call.
Yeah, this is going to be another close call.
Beautiful driving by both drivers right there. So let's see what the judges have. This is the one more time battle that we already faced. Once again, they're making it difficult for these judges on what their votes are going to be. But let's see if we can have a defined result here. But I'm seeing a lot of fans out there wanting a one more time. Live chat screaming out one more time. So we'll see what these judges are going to give you. Here's another replay right here with
this is
Hibino in the lead and then Kubo in the chase.
Yeah, there you go. So Kubo had to cheat the line a little bit more. And in my eyes, it looks like Hibino did a good job right there too. Kubo had to readjust his angle to chase too. So I would have to say that it was a lot cleaner than his first run. But the second one, he does still have small mistakes here and there. And
here's Kubo on the lead with Hibino in the chase. Definitely still attacked, but right here, he definitely cleaned it up coming from this outer zone 1.
Yeah, so talking about the mimic of the drivers, who does the better job mimicking the lead car? And that's how I made my decision.
Well, everybody wants a one more time.
Of course, everybody wants one. I'm not going to say what I want. Oh, that was close.
I almost got him.
That was close.
Almost caught him. But we'll see here. Here we go. Robbie Nishida going with Hibino, Ryan going with Hibino, and Yoichi Mamurta going with Hibino. So Hibino will be moving on to the top 16. He gets the win. Congratulations.
Hey, I have to say that Kubo did an amazing job going against Hibino because that's a tough guy to go against from top 32. But like I just said, and what I've repeated myself, Kubo didn't mimic Hibino as well as Hibino mimicking Kubo when he was chasing. And also the big factor where Kubo had a major mistake coming out of outside zone 1 and had to correct his angle. That messed Hibino up as a chase car as well, so that's that. But congratulations to Hibino and good job to Kubo. I mean, I hate to see a good driver like this go out at top 32, but that's racing.
Yeah. Like you said, it comes down to the fine details. Here you go, next battle going, looks like it's a pylon touch or, oh,
Yeah,
it's a pylon touch. So here we are. They can get a proper intro. They didn't get an intro. That's why they did that.
Yeah, so they're giving us a little bit of time to talk about him. But yes, Andrew Gray right here, that's a big car. And he was like, oh, are they going to give us a little bit of space? Because before when the straightaway was a little bit narrow here, I think the chicane was a little bit tighter because of space and the reason that we had, you know, not much space out there. A lot of the guys with the big cars were struggling to leave out of the
He
chicane.
can't complain because I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, he took first here last year. So I have high expectations for him. So yeah, Andrew Gray.
And that wasn't even in the JZX. It was this car.
It's this car. So see, it's nothing new. So we'll see what he has to do here.
Hey, but you have to watch out because Meguro, he qualified at like an 80-something yesterday. And he may be the dark horse here where he just came out of nowhere. He's driving everybody's favorite platform, JZX 100. So let's see how well the 4-time champion is going to do chasing, or I'm sorry, leading Meguro.
Here goes Meguro in the chase. Look at that, Andrew coming up into outer zone 1. Meguro right there closing that proximity, coming to inside clip 1. See if he can transition over and close it more. But looks like he's taking a real shallow line and definitely stalled. But look at Gray just moving on into outer zone 3 and looking very beautiful, finishing off right here in his lead run. But I don't know what it is. The last few drivers on their chases, they've been really taking the wrong approach to outer zone 2.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're not mimicking the lead car because that's the goal. You want to run the same line and angle. But let's check out Andrew Gray right here. Nice and clean, textbook lead run, I think. He does punt the inside clip, but right here he makes it all the way out to the outside zone 2 and with a lot of angle. And I think that's what cut off Meguro because he was in the chase mode where he wanted to be as close as possible, and he kind of shortchanged himself right there at outside zone 2. So that's a major mistake by Meguro, and that's an incomplete. And Andrew Gray now looks like things are looking good for him right now, but you never know what's going to happen when the tables are turned.
Yeah, I know he's very thirsty for rolling into the top 16 because I was talking to his crew. It's been a hot minute for him to be in top 16, and you know, he wants that podium, but here he is right here. Gray in the chase, Meguro in the lead. Meguro, nice initiation in outer zone 1, filling all of outer zone 1, but maybe too much right there. Andrew's gonna go ahead and finish off this lap right here as the lead coming in. Meguro definitely made a huge mistake coming out of outer zone 1 there. And not sure what happened because it looks like he had a nice fill of outer zone 1, but maybe too much.
Yeah, there's something's definitely wrong with Meguro's car, and maybe that's what happened to him when he was chasing Andrew Gray and the infield right here. But right there, something happened, and he couldn't finish the run, and there he incompletes again. But I have to bring up one thing right now. Andrew Gray does a burnout over the yellow lines that we painted, and now we got to go and paint it later. So
he's getting docked for that, right?
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, like you were saying, though, about Meguro. So Meguro, you just reminded me, during practice, literally right before we went into top 32, he had some kind of mechanical issues or something that happened on his car, and he had to shut down on one of his practice runs.
That's right. He had something was clinging. I think it was a drivetrain issue. So maybe he's missing a gear. I don't know, but definitely something wrong with his car. You just, yeah.
I just remember that because
you reminded me, yeah. But that's too bad for Meguro because he incompleted both times. And Andrew Gray did finish his lead run going against Meguro. So, but I mean, I gotta say, I spoke with Meguro's spotter a couple weeks ago when I was at a different event in Kyushu because they're from Kyushu down south.
Let's see, Robbie's gonna go right with Andrew Gray Ryan Lontagne, Andrew Gray, and Yoichi Mamura, Andrew Gray. So Andrew Gray will be moving on to the top 16. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, and Meguro's spotter was mentioning, and they wanted to obviously, know the ins and outs and stuff like that to, better themselves. And it looked like they were able to come up with some things to better themselves at the qualify, because he did qualify, with the 80-something point run.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's a good job by them. Better luck next time for them. Hopefully their car is done and ready next time. And congratulations to Andrew Gray for moving on to top 16.
But so we're going to go back to our last battle of our left side of our bracket.
So this is run 2.
This is run 2 because Saito was in the lead initially, and Takaki actually made contact on that straightaway coming out of the chicane. He came a little bit too close, didn't give enough space for Saito to initiate into the 3-2-1, made contact, debeated Saito's rear left tire, and here they are after they had their competition timeouts and timeout 4 getting fixed. And Takaki in the lead, Saito in the chase. Looks like Saito's giving a lot more space. Well, let's see if he's going to close that proximity coming through this outer zone 2 to outer zone 2 here, closing it up. It looks like Saito's being a little safe here on his chase run, and almost too safe, but he is definitely hitting the zones, and I don't know if he was too safe for that chase run right there.
All right, I know that Saito is sitting on a incomplete against, or Takaki is sitting on an incomplete going against Saito, so there's an advantage there. But Takaki does a good job. He looks like he's flying into nice rate of angle. He does miss outside zone 1 by a hole, and that gives Saito a harder chance to get closer because Takaki ran a smaller line. Obviously, smaller line gives you an advantage in trying to move forward. But yes, Saito does give him a little bit, I'm not going to say too much space, but I don't like how much
After seeing the
space there
replay,
is.
you could see where he hit all the zones. Though. Saito definitely hit
Yes.
all the zones. He did what he needed to do, but it's just rough watching it sometimes because you want to see that close proximity and see a true tandem battle.
Yeah, and also, as a person being in the teams, I know, oh, here you go.
Here we go, Robbie Nishida going to go right to Saito. Ryan going with Saito, and Yoichi Imamura is going to go with Yuji Saito. So Yuji Saito gets the win, and we'll be moving on to the top 16 and finishing off the left side of our bracket.
Yeah, it looks like a very strong bracket we have for the top 16, left side the bracket. And yes, that was a little mishap in Takaki when he did give contact with Saito. I really wanted to see that battle because Takaki's in a SR, 2.1 liter SR. He has a lot of momentum going into the in-clip or outside zone 1. He looks like he's always flying and having a good time. So better luck for him next time. But we will see Saito go against Hibino for the top 16.
But moving on to now we're back to the right side of the bracket. We already finished our first 2 battles of the bracket. Here we are on our 3rd battle for the right side of the bracket. It's going to be number 770, Yusuke Kusaba against Junji Yamamoto and his number 7, RX-7 FD. So Supra versus RX-7.
The Mazda sports car versus a Toyota sports car.
But they both got 2 Js. So don't hate on him. He went with the 2J in his RX-7. He does throw some nasty angle in that RX-7. So let's see what he's going to do is on his chase run against Kusaba in his A90 Supra coming up into outer zone 1. And look at Kusaba right there approaching it very hard. Coming into outer zone 2. Yamamoto trying to close that proximity gap there, feathering it in and out. But look at that Kusaba finishing really strong, coming into inside clip 2 right here. Beautiful job by Kusaba.
All right, so Kusaba, it looks like it was a little bit of a better run than an average run, but he does miss outside zone 3 line-wise. But let's go ahead and check this out. Very smooth, subtle way to initiate. Looks like Yamamoto came in a little hotter, but he did have to correct his angle coming out outside zone 1. A little bit far from outside zone 3, but I think Kusaba did a very good job keeping it very simple, leading Yamamoto. So Yamamoto looked like he was making a couple of mistakes here and there, but it looks exciting where he's trying to keep the proximity tight with Kusaba. So now we have to see what, I'm sorry, now that we have to see Kusaba chase down Yamamoto. And I'm sorry, you have to excuse us because We talked all day yesterday. My throat is gone, so I may flip out a few times.
But here they are right here. Kusaba is going to be on the chase. Yamamoto on the lead. Coming up through to 3-2-1 right here. Yamamoto, beautiful job from outer zone 1, coming inside clip 1 right there, but Kusaba right there on his right rear fender, trying to close that proximity, taking a cone on a ride for his life here into inside clip 2. And that is the chase that we want to see right there. Nice proximity, and he just lost the cone. He took that cone for a wild ride.
Yeah, so I would have to say Yamamoto's lead run was very, very impressive here because he was throwing a lot of angle going into outside zone. Look at that. Look at the angle difference. Fills the outside zone 1 fairly well. A lot of angle going to inside clip 1 and doesn't fill, halfway fills outside zone 2. Gets a little bit close. Not close enough, but a little bit close to outside zone 3. And pretty much he has been on angle most of the time. And now I have to compare the lead to lead and chase to chase how Kusaba did when he was leading as well. But at the same time, you also have to think about what happened when Yamamoto was chasing Kusaba too.
Kusaba was definitely keeping that close proximity throughout that course.
Yeah, and Yamamoto was giving more angle, but at the same time when he was chasing, it's not like Kusaba was running a very smaller line, but Yamamoto was, there was a few mistakes here and there caused by him. So now we have to take all that in consideration and make a vote.
So we're on the right side of the bracket. We finished 2 of our battles. So that next for top 16 on the right side of bracket first battle is going to be against Yukio Fausto and Andrew Gray. So that's going to be a very interesting head-to-head tandem battle between those two. But right now we're waiting for the results for Kusaba and Yamamoto. Waiting these votes here. Beautiful view of the mountains. So Okuibuki, it's originally it's a ski snowboard park, but in the off season they opened it up to gymkhana, drifting like we're doing here now, motorbike racing, stuff like that. They got 4 different pads that they work off of. And here we are, Robbie Nishida is going to go to right to Kusaba. Ryan to Kusaba, and Yoichi Mamura is going to go to Yusuke Kusaba. So Yusuke Kusaba gets the win. Congratulations to top 16.
All right, so I have to say that Yamamoto did a pretty good job when he was leading with angle. But when he was giving chase, he did make too many mistakes where that would offset, how well Kusaba was doing when he was leading too. Because Kusaba was pretty much on the outside line and giving Yamamoto a chance to give to do a good job behind him. And what we're looking for is we don't want more angle. And we don't want any craziness behind the car. We want to see the chase car mimic the lead car as much as possible. So I'm not going to say Kusaba, that was like a 100% win by Kusaba. It was closer one more time in my opinion, but Kusaba moves on.
So here we are. Our next battle coming up is going to be against Takatoshi Imamaida against Shigehisa Sasayama. In the JZX 100 right here, S14 or JZX. I don't know what's going on here with Imamaida's vehicle.
Imamaida.
Imamaida has his flashers going, not sure.
I think his clutch is slipping, it sounds like. It's either that or... Yeah, it sounds like his clutch is slipping or axle broke or something. Because right now he's just in front of the judging stand. He tried to do a pull, and I heard the engine rev up, but the car wasn't moving as fast as it was supposed to. So
we're going to find out here shortly on the radio. Here we go.
All right, so yes, I heard from the text. Damn, I'm so good.
You've been doing this too long. That's why.
So his clutch is slipping. So
that's very, very unfortunate. There's been few rounds before. I think it was who was it? Not sure, but there was a crew that had to do a clutch swap before competition, and they actually missed their lineup for
Yeah,
one
by
of the
like
runs.
by minutes.
By literally, I think it was seconds. I think they were
Seconds,
close
yeah.
to lowering their cars.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, you know, they have to factor time and everything to make the right call on how the car's performing during practice and then the time they have between practice and top 32 or top 16, whatever they're approaching. So that's very unfortunate for Ima Maeda and his team because I'm pretty sure the way he's been performing, he would have probably gone pretty far in the brackets. But here we are. It's going to be Sasayama in his JZX 100 Chaser. He's going to go ahead and do his run to show that everything's good with his car and he's ready to move on to the top 16.
All right, so unfortunately, I mean, Ima Maeda is a very exciting driver, and I was looking forward to seeing that, but that's too bad. He is going out with mechanical issues right now with the clutch is slipping, I guess. But car number 330, Sasayama is going to go ahead and do his buy run because now he's going to move on. Ima Maeda is throwing in the towel, doesn't want to cause a scene with a car that's not going to operate the way he wants to, so he's going to be, he tapped out on this one, so Sasayama is going to get the win.
So here he is with a Team M2 Racing JZX 100 Chaser, number 330. Shigehisa Sasayama showing us what's up.
Man, that was a pretty good entry by Sasayama right there.
It was, but one thing I'm going to add to the viewers out there that probably didn't get to see it, actually you didn't get to see it because it happened on practice, Sasayama was one of the first victims to the rock wall. He actually took out his full rear end and his team went ahead and constructed it back together, made it look solid again, and I still get confused whether or not it was that car or another car. But it is Sasayama that actually made contact with the wall in the barrier, the sponge pads.
So he's like, let me go ahead and flirt with the wall again. I bet you his mechanics are getting a little nervous watching him drive. But, yeah.
But there you go. Sasayama is going to be going against Kusaba in the top 16.
So this next one right here, that's the burnout box. We got both the cars going at the same time to save a little bit of time. The points leading driver, Koichi Yamashita, car number 8, is going to be leading car number 125, Yoshika Tamagawa, which qualified 30. Tamagawa usually does really exciting runs, but since it was raining and everything, I don't think
he was being a little subtle.
Yeah, he was being very subtle, and he did qualify at 30. And Yamashita, this guy, rain or shine,
made a 93 on his qualifying
run. Pretty much
run.
Performs very well under any kind of condition, and that kind of reminds you why he's sitting in first right now in points ranking. And like we were saying earlier, he's leading the championship by like 100 points, and that's a lot.
Yeah, he's sitting at, what is it? I have it. He's sitting pretty solid here at 261 for his points. But did a phenomenal job yesterday. Got a 93, number 3 qualifying. He's with Team Weld in his JZX 100 Mark II, while he's going against Car Guy Racing JZ880 Supra, which a lot of Supra fans out there tearing it up right here. Let's see what they're going to do. 2J. Gonna be a really good battle here.
90s car.
Here they come right here. Yamashita in the lead. Tamagawa right here on the chase. Tamagawa closing that proximity. Oh, maybe too much for him right there. Coming in that inside clip 1. Yamashita continuing on to outer zone 2 and cleaning it up right here in outer zone 3. Nice sweep into inside clip 2. But man, Tamagawa, he should have just went with it and just had faith in what Yamashita was going to do.
Yeah, but I think Tamagawa just kind of gave it his all because he was like, you know what? That's not Tamagawa and that's not Yamashita.
But hey, we're live, so here you go.
Yep, here you go. So let's go ahead and check out how Ima Maeda is slipping on his clutch right now on the straightaway. But anyways,
like you were talking about. So yeah, talking back about that run with
about that run. The replay's not coming on right now, but the way Tamagawa threw it in, he kind of gave it his all because he knows that he's chasing down the number 1 points ranking driver in the series, and also a guy who just qualified with a 93-point run yesterday. And he was like, you know what? I got to give him everything that I got right now, and that's what happened. And a good fight by Tamagawa. Too bad it didn't work out for him as well. Now we have to see what Tamagawa is going to do in front and how well Yamashita is going to be giving chase.
Very unfortunate right there for Tamagawa. I had high expectations for that run. But like you said, he had to throw some flair. he had to ensure that he can lock in that chase run because he knows Yamashita is going to be on his door side whenever it comes to his chase run. So here we are, tables are turned. Yamashita is going to be in the chase while we have Tamagawa in the lead.
So we'll play a replay later. We all know what happened, right? You saw it, right? So let's go ahead and check out what happens now.
Tamagawa in the lead, coming in at 3-2-1. Yamashita right there, like we were saying, was going to be right there on his door. And Yamashita's closing that proximity. It looks like he got a little lost right there, but coming into outer zone 2, beautiful job by both drivers coming into outer zone 3. A little shallow by Tamagawa, but man, Yamashita, like I said, was going to be there the whole way. Very, very experienced drivers, but Yamashita definitely threw some dominance there on his chase run.
Yeah, so Tamagawa kind of did the similar line and angle and run after the outside zone 1 right here when he was chasing Yamashita, because he kind of throws a little bit of angle and has to pull out a little bit of angle. But Yamashita was right there, and that did not phase him, and he just stuck close as possible to Tamagawa. Very good job mimicking the lead car. Good enough proximity, giving him pressure the whole time, and finishes off very strong. Great job by both drivers, because minus the part Tamagawa had the slight mistake coming out of outside zone 1, it looked like a fairly clean run by both drivers. And those cars are stopped right now in the smoke.
They're frozen.
On the straightaway.
Frozen in time. So yeah, very unfortunate for Tamagawa on his outer zone 1 chase that he had right there. Made that huge mistake. But we'll have to get the officials.
You know, we don't need any replays. We're good.
Just gonna go one and done?
Yeah, no problem. We got it.
We'll go live 1 hour, done.
Exactly. Car after car, boom, 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 boom.
There you go, Robbie Nishida going right to Yamashita, Ryan Lontain and Yoichi Mamura both going right. So Koichi Yamashita is going to be moving in top 16. He gets the win. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a hard-fought battle by Tamagawa, going against the points leader right now, Yamashita at top 32. I'm doing the teeth sucking right now, air intake. But yeah, I think Tamagawa did a great job. But better luck for him next time, even for the qualify. And Yamashita is going to be moving on, so let's go ahead and see who Yamashita is going to be going against. Is it going to be car number 33, Junya Ishikawa, with the Hiroshima Toyo Pet, droopy Toyota 86, versus car number 448, Yoshiya Esaki, driving his S15. Very, very lacking in horsepower, I would say, but he is making it happen.
Yeah, he is.
So
for sure.
Let's see what's going to happen right here with these two drivers.
So Isaki on the chase, Ishikawa in the lead. So Junya right here coming up, approaching a 3-2-1. And Isaki trying to close that proximity on that lead strip right there, coming into inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. And that power is not really phasing him. He's keeping that proximity, but definitely needs to close it in right here in the finish to inside clip 2.
Yeah, so it was kind of obvious where Ishikawa kind of gapped Isaki. That might be the power difference right there. And it doesn't look like Isaki was able to close the gap too much throughout the track. He did slightly, but at the same time, Ishikawa does a fairly good job leading. Doesn't feel outside zone 1 as much as he should be, but he keeps everything tight. Right here, he does a good job in outside zone 2. He's pretty much on the outside line, goes on through outside zone 3, and finishes off strong. So he does pretty much, he fills in the dots and checks off the check marks of what the lead car has to do, and does a fairly good job. Isaki couldn't close the gap because maybe lacking on power and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's insane because, Ishikawa right there, he's got that 1GR pushing roughly around 950 horsepower while he's going against Isaki, which he says he's a little above 400 horsepower. So
that's better than like a couple rounds ago. He said he only had 360.
Yeah, so he upped it up a little, but he's still about 500 behind him. But I'm not going to lie, that's still not bad of a run that he threw down. So let's see what he's going to do here on his lead and see how Ishikawa is going to adjust himself on his chase right here. Coming into the outer zone 1. Beautiful job coming in inside clip 1 here with the transition to outer zone 2. Isaki real deep in outer zone 2. And Ishikawa right there keeping his proximity close to Esaki.
All right, let's go ahead and check out that replay. Esaki is leading. He's doing everything he can, and it doesn't matter how much horsepower he has. He could do what lead car is supposed to do. So right there, Esaki, similar to what Ishikawa did. Up until here, it looks very similar from both cars, but Esaki does run a very outside line. But from here, I like the way Ishikawa mimics Esaki. He doesn't tuck in next to him. He kind of goes diagonally behind and chases him and doesn't let him go. Chases him down all the way to inside clip 2. Great job by both drivers.
But
now
against,
let's see.
Against other drivers, that could be very dangerous because that's right there where the smoke line's going to be.
Exactly.
So maybe it was good on this one.
Muscle memory,
but,
man. You gotta know. You're gonna have to look at other things and use other things as markers to drive through the smoke. So very risky thing to do, but it looks good when you pull it off because the car disappears in the smoke.
Yeah, and you know what? Last year, I think Ishikawa actually got lost in the smoke, and I want to say he contacted one of the walls on the bridge last year, but you'll have to check that on the YouTube. Here you go. Robbie Nishida with Ishikawa, Ryan Lontaine with Ishikawa, and Yoichi Mamura going with Junya. Ishikawa gets the win, moving into top 16.
See, like I said, Esaki did a great job with having less power than Ishikawa, but at the same time, he could have made it a little bit tighter when he was leading, and at the same time, Ishikawa did a good job when he was leading as well, so we would have to see. We had to take everything in consideration. The Esaki came a little short on a few of the areas on the track, so good job by Esaki, but good luck next time, and Ishikawa is going to be moving on, going against Yamashita at top 16.
And here we are to our last two battles coming up. So here we are, number 90. Shinji Minoa is going to be in the lead against number 283, Tsubasa Takizawa in the JZX 100 Mark II. So Mark II versus Mark II, JZX 90, JZX 100.
I think they had a battle at Ebisu too for top 32. So now let's see who's going to come on top. Last time it was Minoa. See if Takizawa is going to take him out this time.
And here he is right now. Minoa coming in outer zone with Takizawa. Oh, Takizawa made contact right there. Came in a little high into Minoa right there. Minoa finishing off. Hot contact. You can see his trunk got pushed over. Rear end a little bit moved around. And man, maybe Takizawa definitely came in hot into Minoa in the outer zone 1 right there. Let's see this replay.
All right, so now here in FD Japan, we don't have a decel zone or decel map either, so.
Some hard contact there from outer zone 1. But looks like Minoa's car still performing and did its thing. So they're going to check out that replay once again. So you got Shinji Minoa with the Heyman TM Labo JZX 90. He went against the Zek Nova Japan and Superstar Channel JZX 100 Mark II with Takizawa. Here's another replay. So yeah, Takizawa, the Superstar Channel is their YouTube channel. They do a lot of live streams and stuff like that for their channel on what goes on behind the scenes in the pits. But day 1 on practice, it was actually raining all day. He didn't take too many practice runs. But that doesn't even matter because now here we are with the dry conditions and everything. There you go. Shinji Minoa's team right there, his wife, Masayo Minoa. And then right there on the phone is their son, Hito Minoa right there, future of drifting. But yeah, that's a full drifting family right there, the Minoa family. But here we go. Tables are now turned. It's going to be Takizawa in the lead while we have Minoa in the chase.
Right now they're sweeping the track right now because one of the Takizawa's car went into the sponge barrier too. And we're gonna have to go in and check out that replay a couple more times because it looked like the pace of the lead car dropped pretty good, but at the same time it looked like the chase car came in a little bit too hot too. So I mean, that could be a shared fault. It happened at the same time. This is a hard part when you're judging, to have to find out which car caused the contact. And it could have been either or, you know, because it happens at the same time where if the lead car didn't get on gas earlier and they dropped the pace a little bit too fast too early versus the chase car trying to find an opportunity to attack and coming in really hot, and that's where it kind of crosses over.
That's right. They're keeping it classy with the old-fashioned brooms here, making the job happen. There you go.
Yeah, but it does look like I'm going back and forth with Elantane as well too. But I mean, from looking at that replay, we're gonna watch that replay a couple more times later too. But it doesn't look so good for the lead car because it came in very slow, low energy. When we were looking at the tire spinning, didn't get back on gas, going through outside zone 1 and very shallow angle too. And at the same time, I have to go ahead and dissect that more carefully and look at the chase car, seeing how he came in, if it was a little bit too hot or a little bit too much.
But here they are. Like I said before, tables are going to be turned. Minowa's going to be on the chase this time. And Takizawa is going to be on the lead. Here they are coming into 3-2-1. Takizawa coming into outer zone 1 here. Beautiful job. Minowa trying to make a hard approach to him right here. Inside clip 1 into outer zone 2 right here. Beautiful proximity by Minowa right here, trying to close that gap. Takizawa doing his thing, throwing down that lead run.
Uh-oh.
And right at the end, Minowa gave him a little love tap through the finish.
All right, so let me go ahead and check out this replay too. Here we go. Very smooth entry, but does not feel outside zone 1 by the lead car, Takizawa. Tight on that clip, swings it around very good, does outside zone 2 very well. Minowa being all over him behind. Right there, right before the finish line too, they got really, really close. So we're gonna have to go ahead and check out both the replays one more time.
Definitely a tough call. We'll have to see the lead by Minowa and see how that contact played out in outer zone 1. But yes, if you're just tuning in, this is the top 32. These are our last 2 battles right here. Currently, Shinji Minowa and Tsubasa Takizawa is actually battling each other out. They just finished their tandem battle, and it's coming down to the judges reviewing the replays and assessing where contact was made during the Minowa lead race. So we'll see here. Here's another replay. Minowa in the lead, Takizawa on the chase, and this is where the contact happened here in outer zone 1. The biggest focus they're having right now is Minowa in the lead had a little bit of decel, and there's no decel zone located in that area, or they don't have it on the map. So they're ensuring that that didn't affect the chase from overcorrecting and approaching too hard, unless it was his fault coming in too hard and causing that. So here you go. Let's see what Robbie has to say for this. But yeah, while these replays go through, once again, thank you for the viewers out there tuning into us, checking us out. Top 32 is almost coming to an end, but we will have top 16 coming up here shortly too.
Yeah, so we had to check out replays.
Here we go. Robbie Nishida going with Takizawa. Ryan Lantain with Takizawa, and Yoichi Mamura going with Minowa.
Oh.
So Tsubasa Takizawa is going to be moving into the top 16.
So I think it goes with what happened at the entry, where I think Imamura went with the chase car coming in a little bit too hot, And me and Lantain probably went with the lead car slowing down a little bit too much and not getting on gas, which caused the wreck. So
he went off the mic. So yeah, definitely a tough call for these judges. Yes, they did have the option of a one more time and everything, but it was defined enough to see that the lead there caused that contact due to the decel, what he was talking about earlier. But yeah, this course definitely has its challenges, especially with the sharp corners. We haven't had a whole lot of inside clips throughout the season, so it does have 2 inside clips, creating a little bit more challenging for some of these drivers. And there's a lot more walls here than we're used to for competition. But yeah, what you got, Robbie?
yeah, so the explanation where Imamura thinks that he knows Takizawa came in a little hot, and he understands that Minowa was very, very slow through inside clip or outside zone 1. But he believes that Takizawa should have been able to kind of adapt to that. So that was basically that was pretty much the factor where we thought where the slowdown was it too extreme or not. Imamura thought that it wasn't extreme enough to call that his fault, versus me and Lantain thought that the slowdown was a little bit too much by Minowa, which caused Takizawa to run into him. So that's pretty much it.
So there you go. There's the explanation. A lot of deliberation back and forth between the judges and everything. So tough call, tough break for Minowa. But Takizawa's got the win, going to be moving on to top 16. And here we are. We're about to approach our last battle of top 32, just like that. But yes,
when you look at the replay, if you have a chance, Minowa has tire painting on his wheels. And that really, really helps out when you look at the replays where he's not on throttle and he's just basically coasting through half of outside zone 1 and not getting back on gas. Us as judges, we want the cars to coast through the outside zone, but we always want the car to be back on gas as soon as possible, especially with giving it a lot of angle. So
or being in the lead, for sure. In the lead, you need to do that because the chase guy is anticipating and they're expecting a solid 100 run, which is going to be accelerating, showing the commitment that they need because they're going to show the commitment in the chase.
Yeah, because if you have the fear of the lead car going to slow down and not going to get out of outside zone 1 fast and smooth, it's going to be very hard for the chase car to be like, you know what, I'm just going to throw it all in, give it my all and try to move, how can I say it? Try to move in and do a good tandem. So that's pretty much it. So yes, we don't have like decel maps and stuff like that in the U.S., but I'm pretty sure that the decel map usually happens before the outside zones. So you're supposed to be doing your slowdowns before you go to the outside zone.
So while Robbie's deliberating with the other members, I'm going to go ahead and give you a heads up. So yes, we're coming up to our last battle of top 32. For those of you that want to join us for top 16, that'll be happening a few hours after. So our time in Japan, it'll happen at 12:50. West Coast, it's going to happen Saturday at 20:50. And then for the East Coast, it's going to be at 23:50. If you're in London area, UK and stuff like that, it's 04:50 on Sunday, and then 00:50 out in Brazil, because I know there's a lot of Brazilian fans out there. So 00:50 for Sunday for y'all. So if you can tune in a few hours, we're going to go in top 16. We'll do the driver's intro and all that, and it should be an exciting run for top 16, especially with the conditions that we're in. I know y'all have seen it. We've suffered a lot of rain this season, a lot of rounds of just rain, and taken away from the excitement of the smoke and the drivers' true skills that they have out here. So please join us for top 16. For those of you that are still joining us right now for top 32, thank you for hanging with us, dealing with the ups and downs and seeing the craziness that's happened, a car catching fire, de-beating of tires one more times. Thank you all for viewing in with us. We do appreciate it. You guys are, with COVID and everything still going on, we can't have spectators, so we heavily rely on our live stream for y'all out there to check us out. So thank you very much. If you joined halfway, didn't get the intro, this is Okuibuki Motor Park. And I was talking a little bit earlier, you could see the different pads on the screen right now. Those pads, they use it for multi-purpose on the off-season. They do gymkhana out here. They do obviously drifting. This is a JAF certified track. And then they also do bike racing out here. They got 4 different lots. They also host other events like meets and stuff like that out here. So it's pretty cool, but it's way up here in the mountains. I want to say we're about roughly 45 minutes up from the local town. So definitely a drive up, but beautiful out here. Beautiful waterfalls that they got going on around the area, and it's just an amazing facility. So in the wintertime, if you get a chance, definitely come out here, check out their slopes. But in the meantime, let's check out this next battle that's about to happen between number 19, Yuichi Amagai, right there on the screen you can see. He'll be going against number 25, Masataka Kawashima in his Team M2 Racing GR Yaris. So he debuted his Yaris last event. I was talking a little bit about it last event, about how it took about roughly 4.5 months to from start to finish on that vehicle. He also has, he was driving an A90 Supra for rounds 1 and 2, I believe. And he was doing a good job killing it, but I think this Yaris is the best fit for him. Now we have Robbie back on the mic. How's it going there, Robbie?
I'm doing pretty good. There's a lot going on behind the scenes and stuff. We're going to have to go ahead and check out replays and stuff. So going back to the last battle, we have to go ahead and recheck that later. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and go on to this next, or the last battle of the
top 32.
So we'll see.
A lot of crazy battles and awesome wins here. So I'm excited for top 16, but here we are for our last battle for top 32. Weather has been very beautiful this morning and afternoon for us. But let's see how these two are going to finish us off and how much excitement they're going to give y'all fans out there on the live stream.
All right, so Amagai leading Kawashima. And like you're saying, Kawashima bringing out this GR Yaris, very unusual car to be out at a drifting event, but this is a cool little product versus a monster Amagai. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Here we go right here. Look at Kawashima right there on him, coming into outer zone 1, having so much. Oh, here he is. Can he hold that all the way through? Beautiful job right here. Amagai coming around outer zone 2. Look at Kawashima. Oh! Maybe taking too much of a close approach right there in outer zone 2 for Kawashima.
All right, couple of things that I have to explain right here. Amagai does a good job when he was going through outside zone 1, but when he was leaving outside zone 1, it looked like he had a little bit too much angle and he had to pull out a little. So let's go ahead and check that out. See right there, then he does that little bobble. Then he also runs a small line, and that kind of throws off the chase car right there. Now, the chase car making that mistake, he was led into that line that he had nowhere else to go, but at the same time it was a little bit too major for Kawashima to make that mistake. He could have at least stayed within the track, and I'm not going to say that Amagai's lead run kind of led him towards that mistake, but not that big of a mistake.
Exactly.
If he was just running a smaller line, I get it, but that half spin looking move that he made, that's just all on Kawashima.
Yeah, I'll give Kawashima that first half of that track right there. He was killing it on proximity and approach to Amagai, but maybe it was a little bit too much and too much aggression that he had coming in that outer zone 2. But here he is, Kawashima coming in outer zone 2 right here. Has nothing to lose, going to throw down a solid run, but Amagai is one too hard to break right here. Coming in outer zone 2, Amagai closing in that proximity to Kawashima, and Kawashima trying to get around. And Amagai not letting Kawashima get too much proximity gap on him.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't give him too much room either, but it looks like Kawashima's lead run, this might be one of the best runs that I've seen him do in this car right now, because he tries to do everything he can and tries to fill in the responsibilities that he has as a lead car right here. Tight on the in clip, tries to make it out to the outside zone 2 as much. He does dip tires off at the after outside zone 2, and makes his way through outside zone 3 and going into inside clip 2. And at the same time, you're saying Amagai was pretty much behind him most of the time and not giving him too much space to be able to run away. So
Kawashima for sure is, like I said, this is his second event that he's run in this vehicle, and every time he's improving, especially watching him through practice and everything. His confidence level and his understanding of the vehicle is starting to get there. But the disadvantage is look at the rear end. His rear overhang is very short, so he really has to drag that car into those zones and reach out to those zones, which some of these other vehicles with the longer rear end don't have to deal with. But once again, a lot of probably questions about why is he using this car, this and that. Robbie was explaining yesterday during qualifying, the actual, was it chassis, is pretty similar to an S14 or S chassis. But here we are, Robbie Nishida going with Amagai, Ryan Lantain with Yuichi Amagai, and Yoichi Imamura going with Yuichi Amagai will get the win, and we'll be moving into the top 16 as our final run for top 32.
all right, so I have to say that there is an official protest put in by the earlier battle, but what we're going to do for now is we're going to go ahead and close this out because we're not going to rerun anything or anything. So we're going to have to go back and check out some replays real quick. But
yeah, that's the challenge, is these drivers do have the opportunity to protest things or items or races that they don't see fit for what the call was by the judges, but that's where the judges now have to go in, check out the replay, and make sure that the right call was made and give the real reason and definition of what happened.
exactly, and like I said, we're going to be going back to looking at videos, and they do have other views that we can look at from. That's an official video that we have, so we're going to go ahead and check that out and make sure that our call wasn't what we didn't think it was. So we're going to go ahead and assure that. We'll let you know at top 16 what happened with that, but there you go. That's all top 32 right now. A lot of smoke, a lot of exciting battle, and it's going to get more and more exciting from here. So I'm just looking forward to it, and I think in about, what time is it now? It's in about 2 hours or so. We're going to be back here for the top 16. So don't miss it.
Please tune in with us. But hey, thank y'all for being with us through top 32. Some crazy battles, good weather, and it looks like it's going to be good for the rest of the day. So please view us on top 16 and come back.
See you guys a little later.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
モティ